Hello there! Welcome to the Visor Podcast. This is episode 5. I'm Andy and this is Simon.
Hello.
And our guests for today are...
I'm Frit.
And this is Fed Borromeo of Aguila Auto Glass.
So they're from Aguila Auto Glass. We're here to talk about anything and everything about
Glass.
Alright.
Alright, just an introduction for those who are possibly not familiar with the Aguila Auto Glass. Aguila Auto Glass, if I'm not mistaken, has been around since 1952.
That's right.
Yes.
Wow.
1952, panahon pa ng tatay ko yun. And they are now the third generation
Correct.
running the family business. You have how many branches?
We have 26 branches across Luzon.
26 branches?
Yes, and as Andy mentioned, we are third generation. We're cousins, so Fed and I are cousins.
Mhm. So this was started by your lolo.
My
Yes.
grandfather, yes.
Okay.
He was actually a lawyer by profession,
Ah,
but he stumbled upon the niche.
right. So how? I mean, how did he stumble upon it? I mean, glass is a little obscure. You
Ganito
don't
siguro
really
yun, pare.
think about it agad.
Yeah.
Post World War II, people are buying cars. And
Mostly
yung lolo nila,
American cars.
American
Mostly
cars,
American
sabi
cars,
nila. Yung mga kotse na to, malang araw, masisira yung mga salamin na yan. Kailangan nila ng magandang business yan.
Yeah,
Right? Parang ganun, di ba?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's more or less.
And where did the supply come from at the time?
At the time, from the US and Japan and Europe at that time.
Okay. So these were sourced original parts or
Some of them were.
Yes.
okay.
Some of them were.
Okay.
But the focus was always on replacement.
Okay.
We were never part of the OE.
Yeah.
Until now.
For a while we were, but it was under a different company.
Okay.
But mostly just buses and trucks.
Okay.
So we still have a small share of the OE for buses and trucks.
Okay. Okay. Locally and
Yes,
locally.
yes.
Give us an idea of the scale of the business. How many windshields do you replace in a year?
In a year.
Well, I'd like to say, I suppose that no one can replace more than we do.
Right?
But if I had to give a number, it would be a little bit difficult because sometimes it's the same car that comes to you. Like let's say, for example, a bus might come to you at the same time.
Binabato siya siguro.
Yeah, so
happens.
the numbers are a little bit messy. So, but we of course manage and keep a lot of the top moving models.
Okay.
Mostly commercial trucks, passenger vehicles. We also service jeepneys, the modern jeeps, heavy equipment, and now we're trying to dabble a little bit in the trains because that's the latest thing. So we're working on supplying the trains. We've supplied a few glasses before, but I think this time they want us to supply more of the requirements.
Okay.
Okay. How many? Do you have any idea how many SKUs you have?
We have about 8,000.
Yep.
8,000.
Yes.
Yes.
All in stock.
Yes.
And that's
Stock.
not including any of those like special orders and stuff.
No.
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 Those are just the ones in stock.
Yes.
Wow, and that.
That's a
Well,
lot of
you can
inventory.
imagine, and you guys can say in the last 10, 20 years, how many new brands are coming
Right.
into the
Yeah.
market, how many new models, and Pinoys love to keep their cars for at
long-
least
yeah,
10, 20
exactly.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The portfolio just keeps growing and growing and growing, right?
So if a guy keeps a car for like 10, 20 years, chances are he's going to replace a windshield at least once.
Maybe, yeah.
Like
But
I
it-
have.
And it's not just the windshield, diba? So
We
you
do
have the
the sides and
windows
sides, the
and
back.
the rear.
Pero typically it's a windshield, diba?
Typically,
Kasi
yeah.
natatamaan ng
That's right.
bato.
Or also, pare my car got attacked by a mango.
Yeah,
basag yung
those
windshield,
happen.
things like that.
Hinahabol ako ng asawa ng ano.
May mga ganun. Or people that forget their keys.
Yeah.
So
they
they
have
just
to break
smash a
A
window.
window, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a funny
What a
story.
great
Yeah, I have a
business!
funny story.
Makalimutan mo? Good!
So this couple shows up in our Dagupan branch
Uh-huh.
in a I think it was a Ford it was a Ford van Ford
E150?
no the same as the Mazda, one of those surplus vans.
Okay.
Okay.
And he happened to smash the back glass, the rear, because he wanted to get in to get the key. And then his wife comes down from the car. And she's really upset. No? And then she talks to the manager and says, magkano yung side window? So the manager says the price. Magkano yung, it's the friendly van.
Okay.
So then he says, magkano yung back glass, the one in the back? Sinabi ko sa'yo, mas mura yung yung binasag mo.
Ano ba may air na yun
So what is the cheapest glass to break in
Usually
case?
the little quarter glass in the
Quarter
front
van,
or
yeah.
the little quarter in the back.
Okay,
So I have
okay,
another
okay,
story.
okay.
This time we're in Lipa. And this Lancer 93 pulls up.
Uh-huh.
And let's just say her name was Mrs. Santos.
Okay.
So when the manager sees the lady, she says, "Oh, Mrs. Santos, what can I do for you today?" And she says, "Nakalimutan ko ulit kasi yung susi ko eh. So binasag ko yung kabila naman." so manager says, "Mrs., di ba sinabi ko na sa inyo, magpagawa na kayo ng susi?" So these are the kinds of stories talaga that we experience, in the business, the funny ones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So do you dabble into tint as well?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We carry Lumina and Platinum, and now we're rolling out Armadillo.
Yeah, so it's a nano-ceramic tint. We just started recently in our Pasig branch,
Okay.
but we're rolling it out to several other branches starting this month.
So these are brands that you own or
No,
No, that's all supplied locally. from
Oh, okay,
distributors.
okay.
So a while back, people would say 3M. That would be the yardstick, right?
Yeah.
But now they just say, "Do you have ceramic tint?"
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we get now. That's what people are looking for.
Oh,
Is there
okay.
such a thing as polarized glass or UV tinted glass?
There are some available that in other countries like the US or in Europe, they call it like solar control, where the glass is coated. For a while, if you remember the Chevy Venture,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it came in with coated windshields. That's why people were having problems with their e-pass at that time.
Hindi
Hindi mabasa.
signals.
Di ba it wasn't yet
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
trip
yeah.
and
Yeah, it was the
Honestly, it was
dongle pa na stick
Yeah,
on the windshield.
yeah.
Yeah.
so for some reason I guess it didn't click with the OE here, maybe.
But those would be more expensive than like regular.
Yeah, but
Oh,
kasi
yeah.
tayo we tint naman even the windshields. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
Kasi-
we need that for?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But in other countries, especially US, diba, that
Bawal
they
yan.
keep
Bawal
the
yan.
front clear
Yeah.
or mostly clear, diba? It's
Yeah.
green or what. So maybe that's why there's nobody looking for it. What I will say on that note is that, let's say for example, let's say on an S-Class and the 7 Series, I have seen some variants that have laminated door glasses
Yeah.
and laminated backlights.
Right.
But in more current models, I've seen it in the Ford Explorer where the front doors are laminated but the rear sides are tempered. So siguro for some soundproofing and some maybe anti-theft or solar control.
So for our viewers, can you just explain what tempered and laminated is?
Sure.
What the difference are?
So for laminated glass, you have 2 pieces of glass that goes through a process, and in between those 2 glasses, you have what you call PVB or polyvinyl butyral, which is a clear film, and that acts as the safety feature. So if the glass were to break, then the shards adhere to the PVB.
So it doesn't explode in your face.
Yeah. Yes.
So it doesn't shatter.
So that's the laminate that they
Yes, which
that you're
usually
talking
you use
about.
for the front.
Correct.
Okay.
Windshield.
Okay, and as I mentioned, sometimes sides and back, depending on the variant or the specification.
But generally, for like normal passenger cars, it's the front.
Yes.
The
And then
rear is not.
the rear is tempered or
Okay.
fully tempered because there's a difference between zone tempered and fully tempered, but I'll talk about the fully tempered first. So the fully tempered is 1 piece of glass. The process is very different from lamination. So best example for what is a tempered glass is Mentos. So it's crispy on the outside, it's chewy on the inside.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a quick process, but you're talking of high temperatures of like 700 degrees, whereas the melting point is 1000. So the tempered glass, we would say is 7 to 10 times tougher
Yep.
than an ordinary or annealed piece of glass. Laminated, maybe 5 or 6.
Okay.
And it breaks up into round.
Yes, into
shards.
dull
Yeah,
edges.
dull edges.
Actually, we measure that. In a 50 by 50 millimeter frame, there should not be less than 40 pieces and not more than 400. So that's part of the test.
Okay.
Yes, I can keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
a piece of survival trivia. If you're in a car and you fall off a bridge in a river and need to kick out the window,
Go for the side.
go for the side. Mas madali yun.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Kesa
actually
yung
those,
windshield.
those diamond carbide
Yeah,
tip,
yes.
hammers are really
They're very useful.
legit. Those will work or
Okay.
should work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wag na yung windshield dahil
Yeah.
matatagal lang
You might die.
Yeah.
Nalunod ka.
Yeah. So
Right.
So, hindi pala
Okay.
to pag sa mga sine, pag niratras yung windshield, napapasag ka
they
agad.
use candy
Candy
glass.
glass, yeah.
So, it's stunt glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Kasi like us when we watch.
Yeah. Come on.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Tricks. It's a magic show.
Right.
So
right.
your laminated windshields are anywhere from 5 to 6 millimeters
Okay.
thick. The interlayer is about 0.76, and then for your tempered glass, usually anywhere as low as 3.2 millimeters up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, they were much thicker. 5 millimeters, 6. Yung mga Corona Macho nung araw, kapal ng
Tapos
salamin
ang
yan.
hina ng motor nun.
Yeah.
Ang bagal.
I guess that's part of it, right? And then the weight savings and fuel
Yeah.
efficiency, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, so actually, on a 3.2 glass, within tolerance is even like 3.18.
Something
It's
like that,
really
yeah.
thin.
Mhm.
3 millimeters is thin.
Right. Yeah.
So you're really just relying on the processing of the glass or the tempering.
So what is the zone tempered?
Okay, so the zone tempered, if we rewind back to the 90s, zone tempered windshields were still allowed for OE, brand new.
Okay.
Today, it's only allowed for replacement. It's a bit cheaper, although it's very outdated. Maybe only 3 countries allow zone
Probably,
tempered windshields na lang. That's us, Sri Lanka, and maybe India.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So what is the difference in performance?
So what happens is the process is slightly different. What happens is that in the center or the visibility zone of the windshield, the fragments are bigger in an accident.
Yes.
So let's say it breaks, ¡pah!
Yeah.
Right? The fragments are a little bit bigger so that it gives you a few seconds maybe to pull
Yeah,
over.
so you can at least see
See.
a little bit through. Yes.
Kasi the fully
okay.
tempered, imagine 40 to
Yeah.
400.
Bulag ka.
Well,
You won't
mabilis
see
yun,
anything.
So,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
better siguro if it falls so that you can see through.
Right.
But what if it's raining?
So it's like a spider. When it cracks, it's like a spider web. Of
No, that's
cracks?
laminated.
Okay. That's
Pag
laminated.
zone tempered, just imagine the fragments are bigger. Like, mga ganyan.
But it'll fall out.
Also, it's
Yeah,
only one
okay,
piece of
okay.
glass.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, yun. Those are some of the things that might be, how would you say, ignored.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
so right now, do we still use that, the zone tempered?
It's still available. We still carry
Okay.
some for some of the older models or some models na people are penny pinching.
Okay.
It's a little bit cheaper.
You
But-
don't offer.
Go ahead,
You don't
please.
offer bulletproof glass.
We used to manufacture,
Yes.
and the technical term is multi-layered.
Okay, it's not.
So yeah, we used to do that before. In the 80s and 90s when the banks owned the armored vehicles.
yeah.
But then when we moved forward to like 2000s and then nagkaroon na ng third party and whatever, and then banks got less and less vehicles. The market became so small.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
now wala
thick.
na.
They're thick, like
Yeah.
1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's ridiculous. It's so heavy.
Pag ganun, di ba, hindi na operable yung power
Wala na,
levels,
fixed
Wala
na.
Fixed yun, yeah.
Things na. For a while, we were still supplying to some of the local armoring, but now everything's imported na. You can buy it from the
Yeah.
factory
Yeah.
spec, di ba?
Speaking of factory, so the glass that you provide is sourced locally or
Around
imported?
around the ASEAN, and automotive glass is required or it's mandatory to have it tested under the ICC.
Okay.
For those that are not familiar with the ICC, if you're on a
International
motorbike,
Criminal Court?
No.
no comment.
Di ka na po maalala.
Sagot na naman.
You see it on the helmet, di ba?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
ICC
yeah, yeah,
sticker, lighters,
Yes.
light bulbs.
Yeah, you got
I
popular
don't
with the
remember
Christmas
how
lights
many-
diba before.
I don't remember how many items are mandated by DTI, but we're one of them.
Yeah.
So when the shipments come in, DTI takes a random sample that's sent for testing. After testing, assuming you pass, then you get your certificates and the stickers. Then you can release the products.
So, you supply glass for practically every car in the market, right? Every vehicle in the market. Alright, how about rare models?
We can source them for you.
Vintage cars.
Yeah. We take the measurements of the car and check with their suppliers, and then we bring it in for you. And we install it for you as well.
Even mga 50s era, like a
Sure.
Bel Air, di ba yung windshield yung pag ganun siya? di
Yes,
ba?
yes, yes.
You can do that.
What was interesting also for some of the older cars, yung mga 50s and 60s na American cars, some of them had laminated glass on the sides.
Okay.
So we would cut from our 4.38, so it's thinner, and then we would install that. We did that also for a while back. We did a Volkswagen bus for the Safari windshield.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just cut the glass and then we installed that. Safety glass, laminated. Yeah.
Okay.
So is there a car that you've ever said na, okay, wala kami niyan?
That's a good
Oh,
question.
yeah, it's a good question. Sometimes, actually, it's the customers that aren't willing to wait.
Yes,
I
correct.
think that's more of the issue.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, kasi sometimes when they inquire, they actually have something, maybe it's scratched up or baka nag-delaminate na or has some blemishes and they want something clear, but they're not willing to wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
But generally, meron at meron yan somewhere.
Generally.
So we can serve it the money.
Generally.
It takes a little bit of time sometimes. Maybe anywhere from 3 to 6 months to source the glass and bring it in.
Okay.
And of course, there's, as Fed said, the ICC testing and all that stuff. It adds to the timeline.
So do they test every single SKU that you have, or is it?
No, by shipment.
By shipment.
Oh, by shipment. Okay, okay.
So, pag yung special order, hindi na tinetest.
Kung isang piraso lang.
Kasama siya sa shipment. So,
Yeah.
So, kung siya yung ma-random,
hindi pa naman.
Yeah,
Di ba naman?
so far it
It
hasn't
doesn't
happened.
happen. Okay, okay. Hindi pa
Yeah,
naman.
ito. Patay. Wag ho.
Okay, okay, okay.
what a business. Huh?
Yeah.
So, what are the plans for the business moving forward?
Well, one of the things that we've tried to do for the past maybe 2 years is, so we're good at the glass. Obviously, we've done it for 72 years. So something we're trying to do now is incorporate more car products.
Okay.
So we've started carrying products like WD-40,
Okay.
things like turtle wax, little trees, just to expand the portfolio of products we carry in the store. So we have the store in it. Sayang naman, diba?
Yeah.
So we have to add some products to, things aren't getting any cheaper. Rent isn't getting any
Right,
cheaper
right,
either,
right.
right? So
And believe it or not, we only brought in the tint and wipers maybe less than 10
less than 10 years ago. Yeah, less than 10 years
Which
ago.
you would think is a no-brainer, di ba?
Uh-huh.
Kasi para...
Pag nabasag na, palit na rin.
change
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in,
yeah,
change
yeah,
it in.
yeah.
So,
Headlight cleaning.
So we do carry. Well, we don't do the service yet, but we do carry the,
The product.
product for Headlight Cleaning.
Somebody did that to me. Kasi, yeah.
Okay.
while you were parked.
Yeah, no, while I was having my windshield
Replace.
replaced,
Uh-huh.
may mga pumapasan. Yeah. Pwede kong lumising yung windshield mo, yung headlight mo kasi madilaw na.
Yeah.
Magkano ba? 2,000, 3,000.
Sounds like Banawe.
Maya, hindi pag-isipan ko muna, maya, he was doing it already.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Sandali lang yan. And then, maganda naman. Sige na nga. Okay na service yan.
Did it last though? Did the cleaning? I mean,
Yeah.
nice.
Nabudol ka dun
Kasi nakita niya, parang, gawin ko na, bahala ka ng babayaran mo. Parang ginanon niya ako.
Well, definitely, we're always looking for new things to offer. So
Yeah.
I won't say that we won't ever do it, but we're not quite ready at the
We're
moment.
thinking of entering the two wheels.
Yep.
We started
Yeah.
carrying Yuasa batteries
Yes.
recently.
Okay.
So that's just parang our putting our toe in the water and see what happens.
Okay. Hindi kasi nababasag mga windshield yung
Plastic kasi,
Yeah.
plastic kasi.
Yeah. Actually, I thought about it, but it didn't
Yeah,
make
it's
sense, right?
plastic,
Oh, it's
it's
plastic.
plastic.
And how many models really have the...
Yeah, or
Yeah,
aftermarket.
yeah.
It's actually polycarbonate.
Yeah.
Right.
Although we do carry acrylic plastic.
Okay.
It's used for anywhere. Sometimes in the Jeeps, diba? You know the colorful colors that are
Yeah.
Sa gilid.
we also use some of them in the races. Some of our partners use them to make their canards and lighten the car.
Okay.
Yeah. It also has. It can also be used for medical equipment, food
yeah.
containers and
Yep.
things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's like a backup also. Let's say for example, you come in with a rare car and we don't have the glass on the spot. Oh, we can install the acrylic first while you're waiting.
Okay.
Diba? Kasi sometimes if you don't have a garage or what, and which is why I guess we're also here because of people that are in a hurry. We're like the fast food. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? I don't want to disparage anybody, but kami siguro in 1-2 hours
Yeah.
you're out.
Okay.
2 hours.
Yeah.
My,
Yes,
I
your
remember.
experience. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So you carry the plexiglass also, like for like GT3 RSs and stuff like that.
We just call it's a generic acrylic.
Okay.
We carry from 2 millimeters up to like let's say 12, and then if you need something thicker like 40 millimeters,
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why, or 60, then we would have to special order that for you.
Okay. But if not, it can just be cut into any shape
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
need. Okay.
So for people that are in a hurry, but we also have what we call the flat safety laminated glass, which, as you know, is the basic windshield of your jeepney.
Mhm.
But also for others that are into Land Rover Defenders, it's actually the same thing.
Oh nga, no, flat
So we
pane
just
yun eh.
cut
Yeah.
in for the windshields of the D90s and the 110s.
Right.
Galing, no?
Right.
Yeah, so it's
actually
basically the same product.
thing.
Basically.
Yeah.
So yun. Those are like for urgent. Yung talagang, for whatever reason, we don't have it and
Kailangan na talaga
it's
ngayon na.
flat
Ano yan?
or it's curved, but you want to close that opening, di ba?
Yeah,
This
ngayon na.
is what we can offer you right now.
Okay. So what are some of the common like models that you sell? Ano yung mga malalakas ngayon?
Of course, Toyota.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I need to.
Toyota for passenger cars, Isuzu for
All
for
models?
trucks. Yeah.
Practically all models.
Yeah, like the Supra of Mochi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Vios.
Of course,
Taxi,
Vios. Of course,
yeah, yung
Vios.
mga 86, Land Cruisers,
Uh-huh.
Tuners,
Tuner
Hilux.
Hilux. Yeah.
Mga nag-off-roading tapos
Yeah.
napalsikan
Yeah,
or nag-flex.
super
Yes.
grandiose.
Right.
It's a good business, ha?
Mahirap din,
it's
sobrang
tough.
sakit din yan, ha?
It's tough kasi
Imagine
we
mo,
have
mag-warehouse ka na 8,000 SKU.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Right.
Imagine the money that's tied up into that inventory. Diba?
and keeping up
Yes.
with all the new brands and the new models. So we rely on the guys like you to keep us in the know.
Yeah.
So we know what to expect. Kasi normally, for the first 3 to 5 years, kasa naman yan. Right?
Yeah.
Then maybe after the 4th or 5th year, then they'll consider us that.
Yeah.
So we have to be ready.
Do casas also go to Aguila for ano?
I'm not
warranty
allowed to
repair?
comment on that.
Okay, I know the answer.
Naging Senate hearing eh, no?
Hindi ko maalala.
But for the most part, I know they use genuine for the windshields and the glasses, but they're allowed to buy the sealants from us.
Okay. Yeah. You guys said the sealant also.
Yes,
right?
polyurethane sealants.
The black ones.
Yeah, because back in the day, people were using silicone and butyl tape or the Katol or AGT, but kasi the butyl tape, it never cures eh.
Yeah.
And the silicone, if you don't know what you're doing, will rust your pinch weld.
Yeah. Okay.
So whereas the polyurethane is, well,
Safe.
Yeah, sealant and adhesive at the same time.
so sometimes people forget also that the windshield is an integral part of the ABS system. Because of your airbag.
Yes.
Diba? So, for the safety, diba? So, if that airbag went somewhere else, then
Right.
useless. So that's why nga in the movies, diba, they fly out of the windshield. And
Yes.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, in the testing kasi, there is
You
what you call
smash your head
a
against
head
the
form
windshield.
test.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where a head form,
Uh-huh.
not a real person,
Oh.
is dropped on the windshield, and then the fragments on the other side, which would be the inside of the car, are weighed, and there's a certain amount lang of how many grams are
There's a
allowed.
tolerance, yeah.
That's to prove that the windshield can absorb the impact in an accident.
Okay.
Even if the body cannot.
Yeah.
The human body
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah. And
Okay.
well, kasi the polyurethane should be able to keep you inside the car.
Correct.
Right.
And nowadays, back in the old days kasi, it was a lot of also rubber gaskets. Like,
Yeah.
yung
Don't
mga
iligay sa
L3,
gasket.
yung L3 rubber gasket pa rin, di ba? But in fact, today, when you look at your car, wala na nga
Wala
molding
rubber,
eh.
Wala
Exposed
na.
na eh.
Yeah.
Exposed edges na. So, that's to show you that that's how important the polyurethane is.
The adhesive.
And while I'm
keeps
on
it
that
there.
topic, if you don't mind, so people wonder now, what is that black or the black ceramic frit or ceramic paint around the windshield?
Uh-huh.
So that is that paint or the ceramic paint is baked into the glass during bending.
Oh, you mean the dots thing?
The dots
that
in the
fades
black.
into like solid black.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
So the dots more of aesthetic lang,
Okay.
just to give a graduation. But the black ceramic frit is there to protect the polyurethane from UV degradation. So it serves a purpose.
Okay.
But back in the day nga, you had all fancy covers. May mga Pajero, may stainless steel. So you had all of these fancy things with clips and what.
Yeah.
But cost savings, weight savings, aesthetic, di ba, mas malinis siya tingnan.
Yeah.
So that's what that's for.
Going back to what you said. So, in a frontal impact, and assuming hindi naka-seatbelt yung driver, the windshield will prevent him from flying out. It's designed
Yes.
that way.
Yes.
Right now.
And then also the airbag kasi has to stay there.
Yes, has to stay in.
Stay there, di ba? But if the windshield popped out, your airbag would...
Useless.
Pop out also.
Okay, now that I noticed it, I think about it, yung pag makikita ng accident photos, there's always that indentation dun sa glass.
It's the
It's
airbag.
never yung talagang lumipad yung...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, hindi talaga totoo yun sa sine.
Myth
They
busted.
lied!
Yes.
Well, it's entertainment, right?
Yeah. Myth busted.
Tsaka kasi, di ba, there's a lot of drivers that do the fake seatbelt. Di ba? It's
Yeah.
clipped on, but it's only the top.
Yung sinasuot lang na gano'n.
Oo.
Or
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
yung may clip sila, they just
Meron
stick it
din yun,
there.
di ba?
Ah.
Clip. So, anyway, let's hope that they're safe out there and that
Yeah.
they realize that they should wear it properly.
Yeah.
Mga nagde-deliver ng test unit.
Ganun. Pag dumating, no, naka-seatbelt.
Naka-seatbelt.
Pag upo mo.
So, syempre naka-AM latest thing. Alright. Talking to, we were talking about watches before we started taping.
Yeah. So yes, please tell us about your vlog, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'll
we do have a YouTube channel, Fed and I. It's called Filipino Time, just in case you guys have not heard about it. It's actually a passion project between the two of us and my brother Francis
Okay.
and another one of our friends.
And my son is there too.
Yeah.
He does the unboxing videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The talking hands.
Okay.
Kami, we like to do the what we call the what makes them tick.
Talking hands, you mean parang Watchfinder and Co-Star?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Puro kami
Gets,
para.
gets.
Parang hodinki. Parang ano.
earn our inspiration somewhere, right?
Yeah, right. Of course.
They're
of
some of the
course.
best,
Yeah,
if not the best.
So we started that in 2017.
2017. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's really a passion project. So I think for the YouTube channel, maybe 6,000 followers.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's good.
For the
6,000
for the
is good.
Facebook group, maybe 2,000 members.
About 2,000-3,000 members,
Yeah,
I
kasi
think.
baka kailangan yung sumayaw para para viral.
We're gonna lose subscribers. I guarantee it.
I always tease him nga, hindi, mag-mukbang videos na tayo. Maybe we'll get more followers.
Alright, and on that note, I want to thank our friends from Aguila Glass
Thank you for having us.
Thank
joining
you,
us
thank
this
you.
afternoon. That was a very educational, entertaining discussion about
Yes.
the business of automotive
I'm
glass.
still awake.
I learned so many things.
Yeah. Very informative.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
The next time you need to have your glass replaced, you know where to go. Thanks for
you.
watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.